But the way the contests are going to be going is that we're going to be asking a question. We're going to have, as I said, 10 sets of prizes, 10 questions ready to go, and there we go, ready to go. And what we're going to do is we're just going to send you to the various sponsors who are going to have links set up. You just answer the question. We pick a random winner out of all the questions and or out of all the answers, and then you could possibly have yourself a grand prize or at least a new sound card and headset. So that'll be tomorrow, guys. The mayhem will be beginning. Wish I could take home one of those, seriously. But
Yeah.
I see the teams are ready. We got them all locked in. The picks, the bans, if I recall, bans were what? Shen, Rammus, Lee Sin, Ryze, Cassiopeia, and Nidalee, right? That's 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6.
That is correct.
And now the teams, we got to Olaf is what we were talking about before we ended up done.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about the Olaf, which was, we had a Mundo pick, which was right after, so just continuing that on Mundo, of course, as we all know, is a viable jungler that is picked quite a bit now. He is a very aggressive jungler. He does have the ability to clear his jungle really quickly and then follow through with a really early red gank. Of course, they're on blue side, so you will see some either counter jungle starting from a blue to go into the enemy red, or even the team wrapping up and taking that top red buff. The purple side red is really important because it does give the jungler the closest way to gank either top or mid. And then following through with those picks, we have an Ahri and then a Corki. So we're looking at a Soraka Corki bottom and a Janna Urgot versus a Veigar and Ahri mid lane. So Ahri and Veigar, that's pretty interesting. Ahri, of course, has that really strong early poke, and Veigar doesn't really. He's sort of a wait till level 4, that's when he usually gets his wall so that he can start completing those combos against Ahri, and then when he gets 6, of course, he just has to press R to win, sort of like Karthus, which I know of too well. And
Mr. Famous Karthus, yeah.
Yep. Ahri does have the strength as far as her movement, so we should see some pretty interesting action mid. Of course, if the jungler comes in from either side of the team, of either team, to come in, it might change the layout. They turn the tables a little bit, but if it's just a 1v1, it really depends on who will initiate. If Ahri initiates and gets her charm off, she can definitely burst up Veigar in a full combo. Veigar does have to land his wall to stun Ahri. If he does not, then of course he will die. And I believe Ahri, I think she can jump over the wall if she's in the middle. Yeah, so that's a very risky pick. Of course, Veigar was, I believe, picked last versus the Jackson 5 on purple side. But taking a look at the bottom lane, we have Soraka Corki. Soraka Corki is sort of a farm lane, not too much aggression. Of course, Soraka is usually a farm bot.
Oh, what happened?
And did I just get kicked?
Yeah, I got kicked too.
It's remake. They're remaking Rune Fail.
Alright, fine. Third time's a charm. Oh, we just want to get the game going.
Yeah, so we have a Soraka Corki versus a Janna Urgot bottom. I do believe Janna and Urgot will have that huge advantage with aggression, and all of their poking will really benefit them a lot better. Of course, they are blue side, so they're going to take the double golems, and then they're going to get that little XP advantage. So when they turn level 2, we should see some action down bottom lane. Of course, they will start pulling out their combo Urgot with his Bile Bomb, I believe what it's called, and then following through with those long-range sniping attacks. And Janna, of course, will follow through with a Tornado and most likely a Slow or a Shield. And while the other side, the purple side, with that Corki and Soraka, they will most likely not have enough damage to return, so they are going to have to back off. Corki and Soraka usually are a play passive and wait till 6, because of course Corki is one of the best 80 bursts, and he needs his ult to really be able to deal all that damage. So I'm going to give it to the favor of the blue side with the bottom lane. I think that Janna Urgot should do really well. Of course, they do have the potential to get ganked. Of course, they're up against a Shyvana jungler. Shyvana isn't really the best ganker. She does not have any hard CC. only really a small knockback with her dragon form, but of course she needs to be 6 for that, and we might see a lot of action beforehand. As far as mid lane, I'm giving it to the Ahri. I think Ahri should do really well, and then looking at top, the Olaf versus the Aurelia, I am going to give that to Olaf. Of course, we also have the Mundo versus Shyvana. I think Mundo is a little bit dominant versus Aurelia. He does really well against her because he's able to clear out his jungle, as I said, and then go in and invade Shyvana's jungle pretty quickly. So overall, I would say blue team has the better lineup here. They do have the better picks as far as utility. And I think late game, purple team would have the advantage, but it's going to take some time to lead up to that. We do see Aurelia has teleport. So if the purple side of Jackson 5 decides to get that really early dragon, of course Aurelia, if she teleports down, she's going to give her team that number advantage, so it's going to be like a 5v4. If Olaf doesn't catch it, he'll have to run all the way down from top lane. But I do think that blue team will have the advantage here. What do you think, Jester? Do you think normally we don't really agree as much? Do you think that blue team has the better composition here, or do you think that purple has
Well,
a pretty good pick?
after 6, I mean, Soraka with the Corki should be unlimited bombs at that point. But if they can do some tornado into those acid, from Zig, from that Urgot, then yeah, I'm not too sure that they're going to get to 6 in any kind of quick order. Because that's what I was thinking in my mind. It's like, you throw that tornado, if it lands something, it's basically now you got the free goo that you can throw out, and then you just, Q, and half their health is going to be gone. It doesn't matter if you have infinite heals. So I am liking that. I have been seeing that Olaf top lane is okay. I haven't exactly seen a stellar Olaf, and he will be up against that Aurelia. I do like Aurelia's setup a little bit better with the teleport, because she can be more in those fights. But Zion Spartan, he's part of the team here that has gotten to the finals, beating out even X Picture of a Goose, MTW. So they have to have some kind of good skill behind them. And Mundo, I mean, I think I haven't seen anything except Mundo on St. Vicious's stream for like the last X number of days. So, as you said, he's very, very strong. I am too, as well, slightly favoring blue. But both teams have defeated some pretty decent names to get here, so it's really going to come down to see how they, each play their heroes. Now, one thing I will say is I do think Ahri will win the mid. I mean, it is a Veigar, but after 6, his stun, unless he lands it right on her, the stun's going to be totally negated. Like, that's not going to be a cage for the Fox. She can just easily ult on out of that. And she does have some major harass up against Yordle. I have seen this matchup before, and Veigar's never come out on top.
Now, I'm actually taking a look at Ahri's rune page. If you click on the little icon, you can jump in to inspect. Ahri, the player that is playing, is Wilson is cool. I'm sorry. Said that a little bit incorrectly. Yeah, he is running magic resistance blues. What's so great about this is Veigar really relies on killing someone in his full combo. Of course, if he doesn't have the strength afterwards to really get that much poke. So I believe that this rune set up is really good for that matchup. Ahri should be able to survive even the least of course, combo damage. If Veigar doesn't land his W, if the wall isn't leveled up that much, the person won't be stunned for that long, and then they'll be able to run away when his Starfall damage comes through, I believe. And Ahri should then eventually come out with having the sort of combo again. So Veigar will blow all of his stuff, Ahri will live, and then Ahri returns, and then she will most likely kill Veigar. So yeah, I do agree with you. I say Ahri hands down does have the advantage in the lane. She also has a Soraka, so when Soraka gets 6, she will be able to help out her team a lot more.
Alright, the game is launching here, folks. We're going to get this ready. Game number 1 of the best of 3 finals here in Qualifier number 4 of the Fatal1ty League of Legends tournament. Whoever does win this series is going to be going on, and they will be fighting against the pros starting tomorrow. Who's going to be EG, TSM, Dignitas, or Curse But let's focus at the task at hand. First, we're going to get this one rolling. So I am the FourCourtJester. With me here, Phantom Lord. Thank you again for joining us. And, you know, don't be stranger. Don't be shy. Go get a friend. Go get some popcorn, a drink. We're going to be here for at least 2 games, hopefully 3. I always love that third best of 3. And we're going to get this rolling. So that's not the right button. That's the right button. Bam. Look at that Dr. Mundo. He works out. What? You don't like that song?
No, I love that song. It's just too funny every time you say something like that. Or anyone says something like that. It's just
the unicorn is a huge fan of that song. That's all he says. All right off the bat, you can see all these health potions coming out. Pop, pop, pop. Lots of health potions. Everybody actually walking nice health potions. And we are running to the mid, so we might actually have something of a skirmish. Who's going to get there first? Zig is going to be leading the way here for Team Blue. And actually does look like more of a defensive position here for our red. On our Team Blue here, on our, down in the corner, is just the average Joes? Only the average Joes? Just the average Joes? Or something like that.
Just the average Joes. Just your average Joes.
Just your average Joes. There you go.
I believe we will call them average Joes for the purpose of this matchup.
Yep.
We do see, yes, they are going top right now, average Joes. That is a more common invading practice. They go up, usually check the red, want to force a team fight, and then if they don't get any sort of pressure, they will take that red buff. As I said earlier, that red is so important because it determines who gets ganked faster top lane. If the jungler gets that and goes up to the top lane, of course, or as early on as you can, that's what junglers want to do. And we do see over down at the bottom, Jackson 5 is placing a ward down there.
Early
they are.
Ward, yeah.
Yep, that's a good ward placement. They're trying to check to see if there's any sort of movement around there. They're going to be starting with a normal blue leash, and I don't think they are aware at all that average Joes is right over on the other side, taking their red jungle.
Here we go, stealing the race out. Now we do have average Joes up here doing the steal again. The more defensive position here from Jackson 5, who are Team Red here or Team Purple. With colorblind mode, it's red, so we'll go with that. And yeah, we are going to be stealing out this red pretty much uncontested. Olaf's going to come out from the river, but that's okay. There's no vision. Irelia, being very close to that tower, does not want to get ganked this early until she does see someone, and there we go. Olaf now in lane. She will start resuming. The mid has now caught up to each other, and bottom is here as well. Shyvana taking the blue. Now she has, as we did see, put down this ward, so she's going to go take these wraiths. They have to assume at this point, that since there's been no jungler activity down here, that Dr. Mundo is elsewhere. And yeah, she's actually going to steal out their red. So that will be a nice tit for tat right there.
Yeah, very nice swap by both junglers. We do see quite a bit of aggression here top lane. Olaf really punishing Aurelia. Both players are popping both their HP pots. Aurelia is falling dangerously low, and Olaf, of course, following to pick up that axe will lower the cooldown on the axe throw and be able to throw it and punish his opponent.
Red and blue Shyvana.
We do see.
I think she got. Did she get noticed? She must have got noticed. We had a blue ping go down right on top of her. Again, still this aggression up top. No gank from Shyvana, but this top lane, Aria, could be in some trouble. She does use the flash. The ignite is out. She will be popping more health potions. Same here with the Olaf. Now, every time Olaf does throw down that lightning bolt, he does deal true damage to himself. Doesn't he? Yeah, it costs 40 health.
Yep, and he does also get, that passive that he has for every 1% HP he's missing. He does attack 1% faster, so it goes both ways. While that lightning sort of benefits him and doesn't really benefit him at the same time, he does get dangerous when he is low HP. He did throw his ignite down, so even though the Irelia is sort of being punished really early on, she does have the lane on her side, and of course, if the jungler comes up, if Shyvana comes up to help, Zion won't have his ignite up to do enough damage, but he is still more HP above Aurelia, and Aurelia's just chugging those pots, trying to get back into the game.
Now we're going to go for a gank up here by Dr. Mundo. We actually didn't get to see Dr. Mundo up there. Aurelia could be face-checking right into her death, and yes, that is going to be it right there. The exhaust going out. She has no flash, and that will be the first blood here for Dr. Mundo with the lane gank. And now we do have Shyvana in the wings Unfortunately, her timing just not good enough. She will be able to soak up some of that experience, but she will not be able to reciprocate any kind of kill.
Yeah, that Shyvana should have ganked a lot earlier after possibly ignoring the top golems in her jungle. We do see her putting a little bit of aggression now. She's popping ghosts. We do have a teleport going top as well for Jackson 5. Aurelia does teleport back to the lane, but it isn't fast enough, and we have both players of Average Joe's running away just fine. But as I was saying, that Shyvana should have not taken her double golem, should have ganked a little bit earlier. It's really important for the top lane to be ganked as fast as possible, because later on at the 7-minute mark, mid lane we have a lot of aggression from Viger, dropping Ahri in a full combo in an ignite as well. Wow, that is pretty impressive. Viger getting a kill on Ahri that early on. Usually Ahri would win that lane with all of her poke, but
she's not 6 yet, though. She's 5.
Yeah, well, Viger just turned 6, so in that little fight, he was not 6.
Yeah, Captain Korea going to be taking that, as my good friend Unicorn would say, taste the rainbow, and that's exactly what Ahri did. Heading on back, level 5, as we did say, we do got these kills now. We're up 2-0. I'm looking at Olaf, and I really just go head-to-head again. The health pot's coming out. We do have the Ninja Tabby actually coming out for our Olaf, so that's going to make Aurelia's white hits just a little less damaging, which is all good for him. And I was listening to the IPL just today, and Dan Din was saying, once you start getting behind that top lane, it is so ridiculously hard to get back into some kind of competitive format up here. So we're gonna have to see what this Aurelia wants to do, but every time she jumps in here, this Olaf is on her like, I don't know, a cat on a mouse, cat on cheese, cheese on mouse, I don't know, something like that, something where something sticks to another thing.
Good enough, I suppose. Bottom lane, we did have quite a bit of aggression against this Corki, who was forced to back out. Ahri getting a good combo here in mid, and Viger dropping his wall, but of course does not stun the Ahri as she just stands right in the middle. But yeah, bottom lane we see, as we spoke about, a lot of aggression from this Urgot-Janna combo. Corki now punishing Urgot for being alone, as they are quite aware that their support, the enemy support player Janna, going back to base to buy. And we do see Ahri creeping down over here. Is she going to do anything? There is no ward in that bush, so she's going to be able to get her full combo off. She is 6, so we should see something
we're gonna see this,
here.
We're going to see the kill first. Tower dive coming in from Mundo. Olaf just could not finish it off, but Mundo, he's just in town. Decided to say hi. Ahri, I was looking at her. Looks like she actually just wasted basically all that time. Captain Korea going up the river a little bit as well, but to no avail. So that's going to put us up now 3-0. Just the Average Joes, taking about 1,000 gold lead at this point.
Yeah, they're really making do with all of their time, being really efficient running around the map. This Mundo, of course, counter-jungling as much as possible and ganking top twice now. So that Olaf is going to have a huge advantage, and it's going to really take a lot from this Shyvana to come up there and help give his Aurelia a proper lead back into the game, because she's just so far behind now, dying twice. But of course, if the Shyvana spends a lot of time up there, then we're going to see Average Joe's make use of that opportunity and go for it.
I'm going to show you down here, Phantom. Spellsy getting jumped on by both Hello and Natural PT. Unfortunately, no kills going down, but we did have the heals going off from Janna, but we still have another one also now waiting here for Urgot, because they are running that double heal, despite not having those kind of heals. But as soon as Corki went in with his Valkyrie, it's like, oh, okay, that's a dead little Yordle, but was not able to secure it. But at the same time, Janna just showing her worth and not going down either. Kind of expected a kill, to be honest. Now we got Captain Korea pushing up top. We got Aurelia getting picked on again. Oh my goodness, this poor Aurelia. She just cannot get past that tower. And here we go, Shyvana down here with the exhaust onto that Urgot, but there's that heal we were waiting for. Now we are going to be having Corki coming out here, but he is tanking the tower. Spellsy is down, just in and around with the health, but she's still kicking. Mundo going to be picking up a kill. We do got that flash going off. That Soraka not quite dead yet, but Victoria's getting picked on now as well. Shyvana's out of dragon form, and we're trying to find the Shyvana in the bush. It's like playing whack-a-mole with a blindfold on, but they're not going to be able to get him. So overall, a decent gank coming out, but it is going to be a one-for-one exchange.
Oh, look at this Viger trying to do something. Is he going to decide? No, he's just checking that tower there. But yeah, wow, what a play by Urgot. Baiting as long as he could with that heal. And because of that, Soraka took a lot of tower damage. And Soraka also picked up the kill. He did not want the Shyvana or the Corki to get the kill, and we do have the first kill of the game for
Jackson 5.
For Jackson 5, I'm sorry, going on to Soraka, the player that they do not want to get any of those kills or those extra gold.
Soraka with the kills. Oh man, carry Soraka, Battle Mage coming in, but this mid just keeps going back and forth. Captain Korea was way up at the tower. Now he's not, but that's okay. He's just going to be able to farm these minions. Another Ignite coming down here for our Olaf, who goes straight in for the tower dive. He's going to try to use that Wriggles. Yeah, he doesn't have the Wriggles. Who has the Wriggles? I saw Wriggles purchase, but anyways, he still only has the Vampiric. He's going to try to use that to get them health, but in the middle, Wilson is cool. He's going to have to get out of this gank. Thank goodness he still had that ult ready to go. I was like, oh, is he in a corner? Okay, but he's getting to get out of that. Mundo coming in, blew his ultimate, but that's okay. Overall, just more defensive plays coming out, and Irelia is just really getting punished up top.
And notice how this Mundo just does not spend that much time in his jungle, just every opportunity he can, looking around to see if there's any sort of creeps up in the enemy Shyvana jungle. And we do see Shyvana trying to come top now to create some sort of opportunity for the Aurelia to get back into the lead with that lane. Just getting so punished early on, and we do have.
Oh. We got a Mundo coming down right through the turret. Zig throwing out his ultimate on top of this Soraka. Soraka is going to be the big target. Mundo now coming down. I don't know how they didn't see him there on the map, but he went right through the tower, and he picked up a kill on that Soraka. Now look at this. Look where Victorious is.
Yes, he was diving past the tower, trying to get that Olaf, as I said, just wanting to give that little bit of gold advantage to Aurelia, but they believe they will take the tower now. Nope, Olaf is... No, he's going to back to base. Yeah, but it just dive so far and couldn't take it, but as a result, because of the jungler top, as I said, we have Average Joe's going to take that dragon for free after killing that Soraka bottom lane.
Well, it's not exactly free. They have now lost their top towers, so a little bit of equalization in gold. We're still about a K&a-half here for just the Average Joes. They are up, and now Olaf does have that Wriggles. It was Shyvana with the Wriggles before. So, I love these new text messages. They come up. I see a Spirit Visage on Dr. Mundo, so he's really trying to eke out all that lifesteal from his ultimate, or at least the regen, not the lifesteal.
Yes, indeed. And we do see Mundo now trying to wait for that blue buff. I believe he should have it timed. It doesn't look like he has it timed to the second, so he's just going to be running around there. Bottom lane, we do have the Corki and Soraka pushing up really fast, or really far to that tower. They are they do have the advantage right now with tower damage. So Corki now is 6, and so is Soraka, so they're going to have those ultimates to help them out. And mid lane, taking a look at the CS count, we have Viger at 96. He does also have a Cage's lucky pick, so he's going to be getting a lot more gold than the Ahri, which is at 78 CS. So Viger winning that lane unexpectedly from what we first assumed the Aurelia would have that early domination with her poke. But Viger has just done such a great job, of course, with taking that domination out of lane. And he's going to be taking his own blue now while Ahri takes her own, so we should see some action now in the following seconds in the mid lane as Mundo sitting there trying to farm, takes a little bit of aggression from the Aurelia, but runs away. He doesn't mind at all. And we do see bottom lane Shyvana now coming up to try and create another opportunity. She's just going to run on through, show herself, so she doesn't want to stay for that.
I mean, the lane is so far pushed, like they're not going to be able to get anything. But they have noticed that Urgot's not there, so they might try to push this advantage, take a tower, and it is falling at a fairly decent pace. There's really nothing here Janet can do. Already throwing out one of her tornadoes. Now, Urgot did go back to town. He picked up himself triple Dorans blades. So he's really looking for a big boost in early damage.
Yep. And we did have a teleport from Aurelia top to stop that Olaf from taking the tower. Olaf now going to come down, and we should see a team fight here. They do have the advantage in numbers. He's going to show himself mid, so of course Aurelia will decide to follow through, knowing that there is something most likely going to happen here pretty soon. Olaf, gets caught, but he pops his ultimate, and Viger dropping down the stun, getting quite a bit of damage, but it isn't enough. Of course, he did not have the comfortability to walk in and blow his full combo on that Ahri, because Viger could have been turned upon and being brought down.
Now, I'm just gonna take a look at the bottom. 117 creeps here for this Corki. Urgot sitting at 92, but you can definitely see the difference in gold. We got the best friend sword with the tier 2 boots and 3 Dorn's blades of his own on Corki. He's rocking 173 damage at this point. In comparison, we only got a brutalizer, which you don't see that often anymore in a lot of these builds. But for Urgot, it's definitely nothing to slouch at. But he's only rocking 144. Take a quick look at his properties. He has 31 armor pen, whereas Corki only has 6. So it kind of tells me he's rocking those attack damage runes.
Mid lane, we do have Olaf running through the corner. Ahri, is she going to fall? She does have Ignite on her. Oh, yes, she does. And Mundo runs through the tower dangerously and does die as a result, trying to get a little bit of damage onto that Ahri. He did kill her, but or to get enough damage with his little aura, but he did fall in the process. Viger and Olaf did a great job to corner off, but oh my goodness.
You see Corki?
He almost died.
Janna was in full range. Could have easily just finished him off, but didn't happen. Oh, well, that's Corki's lucky day, because he's going to get on out of that. Now, in the mid, we still got these two fighting. We got health bars dropping. I was very impressed by Ahri, because she stuck around. As soon as she got her spell vamp up, she stuck around, tried to stay alive in that way. But Victorious is going to be dropping, but so will the Olaf. So another trade here under the tower. Just tower diving all day. That's what it seems to be here for the average Joe. 7-3, but that rainbow is starting to really hurt, man. And, that Kage's lucky pick, as soon as he can make that into a Deathfire grasp, we're going to start seeing people dropping.
Yes, we do have 56 stacks on Viger's Q. That means he's thrown that spell at 56 minions and has gained that additional ability power towards all of his spells he'll be pumping out here soon. So he's going to be pretty dangerous, because there isn't really any aggression being placed on him at all throughout this game. And he does also have that Caged lucky pick, so he's going to be gaining that extra gold and should be getting, yes, we do see the Deathfire Grasp on him, so we're going to be seeing some person drop 30. From Jackson 5 here, if they do get caught.
30%. Now, I'm taking a quick look here at Wilson is cool, their AP mid, and he does have a Giant Spout after a Merc Tread. So, am I seeing this right? He's going defensive with a Rylai's?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's what you got to do up against a Corki that can just percentage health you down.
That's really strange, but Ahri is also doing quite a bit of a strange. She does have a Merc Treads with a Giant Spell. Of course, that purpose is to survive the Viger Burst. She has died twice, so I do not know if that is the best build, but she does not want to go Glass Cannon. We do see a little bit of a back and forth fight here. She might get... and she gets caught, and there's the... Oh, no, she ults away and does survive. Now she's coming back onto Mundo, getting quite a bit of damage on him as Aurelia and Siobhan jump in. Mundo is the focus, but he's of course going to drop his ult. Now Aurelia is getting focused, dropping really low. She does get saved by Soraka and runs away. Urgot now targeting onto the Corki. We have both ADs coming, but Mundo and Olaf do show back up to the fight and focus onto Ahri. She does get forced to flash away and dies, and now the Corki of course will fall through all that damage as Shyvana tries to get away, but it isn't enough. And look at the health bars of that Mundo and Corki and Urgot. Wow.
Did we even use Wish? Yeah, okay, we used Wish. All right. So through that team fight, it looked like a 5-on-4. Soraka wasn't there. She did use the wish. We picked up a second dragon now for just the average Joes. They're going to be taking a commanding lead out of that, 11-3. And you can see that the fight went off in various different directions. We had Irelia go north, peeling off two of them. We had Vigar and Corky, you know, just jumping around, flashing over ledges. And then Shyvana at the end here just died in front of the dragon. So we had a lot of ground to cover in that one. And you can see a lot of split focuses. But in the end, average Joes, I mean, their split focus seemed to be a little bit better than Jackson 5's because none of them died, and getting them low doesn't matter. Like, if you don't get the kill, then you failed.
Yeah, Mundo did a great job there, soaking up a lot of damage, and then instantly backing off once he popped his ult to get that HP, coming back when you saw the opportunity, and because of that, Jackson 5 did not know who to focus. There was too much going on. They weren't in really the best of position. I don't think they had a ward. Yes, they did not have any wards down in that position. So through those bushes, they were sort of blind, and that does happen with causing the team to have a bit of confusion. Mid lane, we do have Fire getting Ahri in the wall, but he does not want to burst or throw his full combo onto Ahri because she does have a lot of defensive stats. 3 Doran rings with the Giant's Belt, and oh my goodness.
I got you, bro. Don't worry. Soraka goes down. We're going to be followed very closely here by this Corky. Another double kill for Armando. As I said, he works out. Like, you cannot deny this. Now, Janna did get away. Does look like she had a lot of focus down thrown onto her. Did we use our heals? No, both heals are still on cooldown. So we went through that fight without either of our summoner heals, and we still picked up 2 for 0, 13-3. Now, the score looks really ridiculous, but the gold difference is only about 5k at this point. That's not nearly as bad as what the score kind of indicates.
Yeah, and we do have mid lane now. Ahri jumping into Vigar, popping her all while Shyvana comes up behind to help clean up. And Ahri got really, really low, but because she has those defensive stats, top lane, oh, we do have Olaf falling onto Ahri, onto Aurelia, but she's going to fall with that damage from Olaf being so strong at the early advantage. They are paying Olaf to back off, but he does not care. He's just going to pick up his axe. And so, oh my god, look at that damage.
He has a frozen mallet, so there's nothing that Victorious could do. She is going to throwing out the ultimate. Here goes the Ghost. He is going to be running away, but no, he's going to come back in. The tower's not focusing him anymore. Oh no, this is bad news for our Shyvana. Bam, lightning bolt in broad daylight is going to take her down for the double. And oh my goodness, like, we just saw him take out Irelia, and low health still take out Shyvana. Brilliant use right there.
Techno Viking just too strong, able to plow through. But yeah, that's, if you ever see Olaf really low health, it's he sort of wants to be that way because he's going to be attacking you extremely fast. Yes, as you said, having that frozen mallet, he's just going to slow down and be able to catch up and take down anyone.
No surrender, 4-1 or 1-4, but yo, it's not good. We just losing 2 towers now in this top lane. That puts us tied for the towers, but 15-4, still about 8k, 7k gold difference. You see Aurelia come in here on a Zion Spartan, and just he is ticking down so very slowly. Janna throwing out the ultimate, but unfortunately they went the wrong way, or maybe she wanted them to go that way because look at them just in full retreat. Lightning bolt again, Zion Spartan with the axe. Now we are going to be tower diving onto this Aurelia who wants to stay by this tower. Here goes Ahri going for a kill, but we did have, looked like a summoner heal popped, and now she just cannot kill. Alright, fine, she will kill Zion Spartan, but we had a tower go down in the middle as well. These top 2 have to get out of there, but I don't know if you noticed this, but we do have that Warmogs now starting to fill up on one bad Brad, and now we have an Atmos Impaler on Olaf as he finally has a chance to go to town and pick up some of those items that his hard-earned cash gets him. What's Corky going to do? Can he force this? He's going to take a cleaver to the face. That's all he's going to do.
Nah, he's not going to have enough to take down Mundo. Mundo literally tanked that tower for about 8 hits.
Yep.
Just because of all of his HP, of course, and his ultimate. He does have the Spirit Visage, so he's going to be gaining more health back from his ultimate. That does benefit 15% on top of the additional stats that Mundo receives from his ultimate, which I believe is 55%. Yes, that is 55% of his total health he will regenerate So he's just super tanky. He's going to be mowing through all the towers,
Yeah.
and that's what we saw there.
Pretty ridiculous. Yeah, Atma's now here. So instead of the Atma's Warmogs we are going to be going with the Mallet Atmas, and of course he does have that lifesteal coming onto him. We are going to be collapsing all onto Zig. Zig does have himself a frozen heart, but there's still not much he can do 5-on-1 as Jackson 5 exacts a little bit of revenge. We should be having a Dragon Pop in the next 60 seconds or so, and this why you gotta do that? Oh man. But yeah, we're just kind of regrouping at this point. Oh, we are gonna be collapsing on top of this Irelia. Oh, poor girl. She's taking a huge hit of health. Shyvana going to be coming in, but it's not going to matter. Janna throwing out the ultimate. Olaf just going Juggernaut mode, and like nothing can stop him. You can't stop him, boys and girls. He's just going to keep going. 3-on-1. They're still running away from him. It avoids that charm, however, as it does look like Victorious has been all but forgotten at this point. And again, we're just going to be going right into here. Goes the ultimate. Coming out from one bad Brad. Zion Spartan's going to be taking him down. This Olaf is still tanking everything up here. He's now actually going to be tanking turrets, which is not the best of ideas. He does not have that infinite health like Mundo does, but that's going to be another tower. We're now up 19-6. Not going to be quite the combo here for Captain Korea, but work is getting done, Mr. Phantom Lord.
Yes, they are just dominating right now. Average Joe's is clearly holding most of the map control in the game, throwing out a lot of wards, taking all of the buffs for themselves, and of course winning with all of those team fights, except for the 5-man gank down bottom lane. They did not win out. Urgot did die, but look at this. We do have Olaf creeping in the bush. Now look, so much damage onto Corki. That frozen mallet is not going to let him escape, and Zion Spartan on Olaf is just going to wreck through as he runs his next target, which is going to be Soraka. He does have the Shrelia boost jumping through. He does not care about Shyvana and Aurelia on top of him. Ari's going to come in to help now, but he's going to keep trucking through, and nope, he will finally fall down, but the rest of his team will come through to help support, and Ari is forced to lose her last tick of ult to jump away, but no, we see that Aurelia gets ulted by Urgot. There's the Vigor damage coming from the sky, and Urgot's just running through, poking down as we have Ari fall into the last stun by Vigor and fall to her death. Wow.
Ace coming out, 24-7. The fight actually lasted so long. Corky's now up here, and there we go. The surrender vote, 4-1, which means Just the Average Joe is going to be taking game 1 of our best of 3 series here in the Fatal1ty League of Legends qualifier number 4. So we do have at least one more game to go, guys, but that was a very strong showing from Just the Average Joes.
Yes, they did have that strong synergy. Of course, we saw top lane just had so much aggression, which is normally what you'll see. Getting those ganks on as early as possible help your lane succeed with everything afterwards, getting away from any ganks from the enemy jungler, gaining advantage in CS, and even killing the enemy player in the lane, which we saw Olaf do countless times. And Mundo was then allowed to roam around the map, counter jungle, and even help out the other lanes and take that really early dragon that they did get. And that's what you saw. The snowball come as a result. Olaf 12-3, just trucking through. He was basically handed the game by Mundo. And wow, he had so much gold. Oh, jeez. 172 CS.
I do want to point out Spellzy, Janna, 0-0-16. That's Janna, man. That's Janna. You can't do much else. You can't do too much better unless you're going to be going around sniping kills with your tornado and your slow. But ridiculous. Any final thoughts?
No, that was a pretty great game. We did see that aggression top and a few sort of quarrels bottom, but other than that, it was just a standard. I was surprised from that Vigor dominating his lane against the Ari, which we presumed was going to win. She was forced to build defensively, and I think that was her downfall. If she was a little bit more confident, she could have then turned around the fight and gotten a combo off on Vigor and possibly killed him. But nevertheless, a great game, and we should see the Jackson 5 try and give it their best in this game too, which we're going to be going to in just a moment, to hopefully make it a best of 3 and have them possibly take the whole series.
Indeed. So we're going to do a quick break here, guys. Get the next game set up. We will be bringing you game number 2 of this qualifier, Phantom Lord 4 Court Jester. Don't go anywhere.